Hey, this is Samith Pich from samithpich.com and Pich TV. This is my third and last video in the series of how to earn more, be more valuable in the marketplace, and get that raise and position that you might be vying for in your company. In my first video, I talked about the number one thing you need to invest in to get those things. In my second video, I talked about what you need to master and what real leadership is. And in this final video, I'm going to show you how to be absolutely indispensable to your boss. Talk to you soon. Bye. In every workplace, there is one person that if you took them out, the whole workplace would crumble. You know, they are absolutely indispensable. Their knowledge, their work ethic, their ability to contribute to the business and the company is knows no bounds. Knows no bounds. How do you become that? How do you do that? How do you become indispensable? That you are guaranteed a job for life, and that if you don't have a job there, everybody else is vying for your job. Okay? How do you become that person? Let me tell you how. There's this one idea I want to just communicate with you that pretty much sums up my idea about indispensability. It's the things that you do that you don't get paid for that will make you indispensable. Okay, everybody has a job, and there's your role that you have to do. There's the things that you have to do, and if you only do your job, you're really minimizing your impact. Okay, and people think, why should I do things that I'm not paid for? I'm telling you right now, if you want to earn more, be more valuable in the marketplace, and get that raise promotion, it's not the things that you get paid to do that will earn it. Believe it or not, you can be really, really good at your job, but that doesn't make you worth more. What you need to do is you need to think outside your role, and you need to make a decision and commitment to actually do more things that you don't get paid for. It actually reminds me of a Depression era story that I read in a book. So there's Mr. Anderson. He has this general store, right? Across the road, down from the road, there's another store. And in the Depression era, it's hard getting things. So every now and then, one store would have something that the other store needed. The other store would have something that the other needed. And there's Mr. Anderson and Mr. Books. Mr. Books is down the road. Mr. Books has, one day, Mr. Anderson, he needs some tomatoes. And so he writes a letter out. He has this little, and then a couple minutes later, this boy comes panting in, just, he's sweating, and he goes, okay, here's the tomatoes, 3 tomatoes. He said that would be like 5 cents, sign here, and he rushes off. Next day he needs some tin of something else. And the boy comes in like a couple minutes later to his shop and goes, here you go, 3 tins, sign here, and thank you so much. He's so thankful, rushes off. And the little boy keeps doing this. He's like 12 years old, great child labor. He's 12 years old and he's just rushing to and fro. And later on he's having a conversation with Mr. Books. And he goes, hey, what's with this little kid? His name's Jimmy or whatever. And he goes, yeah, the guy's really, really good. The first guy goes to Mr. Books, when are you going to give him a raise? And the guy goes, raise? Why would I give him a raise? He goes, because if you don't give him a raise, I will. And that was the crux of the story, right? That when you are exceptional at what you do, people will notice and you will become valuable. And if your boss doesn't notice now, someone is always noticing. So if you're working at 110%, not because you have to, but because you want to be the best you will be, you will never be out of work. You will never be not valuable to the marketplace. You'll always be valuable. Your job may be a secretary. So your job may be to greet people and then set the appointment and then lead them on their way. That makes you, if you do that well, that makes you a good secretary. But taking it to the next level, what are you going to do that you're not going to be paid for? Perhaps it could be remembering everybody's names. You're not paid to remember everybody's names, but imagine the impact and great feeling people feel when you remember people's names. There is a a great dentist in Perth, Subiaco dentist, where the receptionist remembers my name every single time. She remembers about my family, she asks questions about my kids, and just makes for a wonderful experience. When I pick up the phone to call them, I don't know how they do this, but when she picks up the phone, she knows it's me. And she goes, hey Sam, how you going? And she will keep up with things that I do. Not because she has to. I know she's not paid to do this, but she's taking that one extra step. If your boss needs help with something, and there's a deadline, there's a project that needs to, and it's not your job, you going out of your way to help with this will make you more valuable. And then when they think about who should get a raise, the person who does their job really well, or the person who does their job really well and also saved my butt in this occasion, that's what you really want to go for. So over and over again, I will have to say, to make yourself indispensable, it's the things that you do that you're not paid for that will make you indispensable. And here's also the flip side to this. It's the things that you do that you're not paid to do that will also make you worth less. So you're paid to do a job, right? You're paid to do your job, but you're actually not paid to gossip with all the other workmates. You're not paid to undermine other people. You're not paid to talk down to people. Those are things that you can do, which you're not paid to do, which will diminish your role. Finally, to be indispensable, it's about two things, about skill and personality. And I've found that people who have a huge work ethic, who are willing to give it 100% and do it with a smile, are always indispensable. If you can be not the life of the party, but a person who brings life into a workplace, who makes everybody feel good, you'll be indispensable. So those have been my 3 big tips. I hope they've served you. And if you go into your workplace, if you invest in yourself, if you commit yourself to mastery, and if you make yourself indispensable by doing things that you're not paid to do to a very high level, then my friend, that raise, earning more money, doing great things in your workplace, it's only a hot skip away. Thank you so much for listening to me on these videos. If you liked them, like, share, comment below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to see how you're doing in your workplace and where you're going to. If you want to know more about personal leadership, but specifically how to grow as an entrepreneur, how to grow your business online, then definitely hit me up at www.samithpich.com and look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.